Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and this is going to be my spoiler review for Suicide Squad. Yes, I will be talking about spoilers, but I'm going to be moving to the back end of the review, so the first one's giving my general thoughts, and I'll let you know where I'll be talking about spoilers. So, just got back from seeing Suicide Squad, and good. I really did actually quite enjoy this film. Was it perfect? No, it had its flaws, it had its problems, but overall it was a really good time at the cinema. I quite enjoyed it, and I think it was quite a breath of fresh air for the DC universe. I think that obviously the reshoots that they did, putting in a bit more jokes, they did work, although it did make certain bits a bit more choppy in here and there with the editing, which I'll get into a little bit, but overall, you know, I think they did the best they could with it giving you all these brand new characters, and obviously a couple of ones we've known before, but revamped, all slammed together in one film. And overall, I think it was quite enjoyable. The two main characters in this, obviously, Deadshot, Will Smith, because obviously, you know, it's Will Smith, and Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, and they both do really good in their roles. They made me care about Deadshot quite a lot, even though he's a bad guy. Harley Quinn, with everything that goes on with her and the Joker and everything, you know, she was perfect as Harley Quinn. Honestly, I can't picture anybody else in that role now. She's done such a good job with it in this, and I'm so looking forward to seeing more from her. Jared Leto's Joker as well. There's not a lot of him. He really isn't in the film as much, so if you're wandering in thinking, oh, there's going to be so much Joker, it's going to be amazing. No, he's not in it that much. He's kind of got on his own path, as I assumed he would be. We know he's not going to be in the squad. We know he's not going to be the main bad guy, but he was on his own little path, and it was good. And the moments that he was in it, I felt like, although it wasn't loads, it was enough to introduce us to this character. It gets me pumped to see more and to see him with Batman at some point in the new film. Yeah, Jared Leto, I think he did a good job. You know, was it as good as Heath Ledger? Probably not, but it was still a good version. He's his own take, and I quite enjoyed it. I'm excited to see what he can do. I haven't left with a bad taste in my mouth from that character. I'm looking at it going, I can get on board with this character. I'm looking forward to seeing more. Chai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, he was good. And that's a shock, because a lot of the times he's in other movies, he's just not good, and everyone's ramming down the throat. It's like, no, we just don't, he's not working. But this worked absolutely fine. He had some really cool one-liners here and there. He was a cocky, arrogant kind of Aussie kind of character, and he was cool. He was a cool little character, quite enjoyed it. The villain, I'll get into it on the spoiler bit in a little bit, but for me, just a little bit kind of weak personally, and it was kind of exposition. It's kind of like, well, we've got all these guys together, we need them to go against something, so let's do this and have it go explosions and all this kind of stuff and big stuff, and it just felt a little bit tacked on to me, but I suppose they needed something to go against, but still, I don't think the villain worked for me as much as I wanted it to. As I said, with the editing, it was okay, but it was choppy here and there. You could tell they went back and added some stuff and whatnot and moved things around, because the second and the third act kind of melded in together. You have the first act with introducing all the characters and all this kind of stuff, and they were kind of telling you who these people were. Oh, this person, they did this, that and the other, but I was alright with that. I didn't mind it, because for a lot of people it's introducing them to the very first time to these characters. For people like me, I know these characters a bit more from the comics, but yeah, I didn't mind them just going, this is this person, this is that person, introducing them, give them backstory, making, you know, Deadshot, I cared about his family and all this kind of stuff. Harley Quinn, I cared about her as well, even though she was completely fucked up. Everything that was going on with her and the Joker, it worked. But yeah, I didn't mind that. And then the second and third act was kind of just one big act, really, of them just going against the villain in the middle of the city. You know, I was alright with it. It was a little bit claustrophobic, I suppose. We didn't have much breakup from it, but you know, it was alright. And we do have quite a few flashbacks here, a lot of them concerning the Joker and Harley Quinn, but we do have a few with Deadshot as well. We also have some with Diablo, the guy that does fire. He's actually quite a little bit more awesome than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a really, like, small character, but he ends up playing quite a big part in this film at some point. And I think the flashbacks they did with him and his family, again, was really good at building that. The other characters didn't really get much of a backstory, but I don't really think we needed them, because they were just the cool characters. You had Killer Croc, like the muscle, Boomerang was just the cool dude, and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I'm now going into spoilers, so if you don't want to know about anything, make sure you skip ahead to the end for my verdict. You have been warned. Rick Flag, cool character. He's kind of in a relationship with the Enchantress, and which is, by the way, the big villain. Yet she gets the powers from this ancient thing, and then she gets that from them and makes some guy into her brother, and then they take over the place, and big light in the sky as you see in the trailers, and that's the main bad guy. But it didn't really work for me personally. It was alright, it was good, but it wasn't great. But she was in a relationship, the person that she'd taken over, this Jane, I think her name was Jane or something, I can't remember her name now. She was in a relationship with Rick Flag, so that contrast there is that he was reluctant to kill her or anything like that. It was cool. It was a nice little layer that was added on. It gave the villain a little bit more to be doing in this film rather than just being the villain. The cool idea that they're putting the chips in their heads, so at any point if they disobey them or leave, they basically blow their heads up, which does happen to Slipknot, because we knew that was going to happen. I mean, you look at the trailers and you can see straight away that he ain't going to last 5 minutes. He doesn't. He tries to bail, then he presses it. Rick Flag presses the button, his head gets blown clean off. End. Done. Proves his point. Cool. Yeah, Margot Robbie just, oh god, she was so good as Harley Quinn, so good. I mean, every little scene that she was in, she added that comedic element, yet this kind of thing where she was in love with the Joker with these flashbacks, yet she wanted a normal life. You can get a little kind of thing about she wants to see this normal life with him, and that it's really weird. So you've got the crazy part of her, the normal part of her kind of meshing together, and it was just the humanity of it. It grounded her quite well, but she was still able to be that really crazy character at the same time, and it was really well done. Those two together, Joker and Harley Quinn, I think it was really well done. I think both actors did a really good job of putting that relationship together, and I think it worked very well for me. Amanda Waller, I mean, that character was awesome. Played by, I think, Viola something, I can't remember her last name, but god damn it, every time she was in the room, you're like, oh, I fear her, she's got some fucking balls, you know. I mean, she was awesome. Just had no fear at all. Even when they end up going through all this tactician thing through the city to pick up this person, and it ends up being her. And the whole time Rick Flag constantly lying to the Suicide Squad and everything, and Deadshot's constantly just figuring out more and more. It's like, you're lying, and just that character building bit by bit. It's like, yeah, we might be bad guys, but you know, tell us the fucking truth. It was built quite well, and then it ends up being her they're picking up. I mean, she's not afraid at all, is she? She just got no fear from these guys. Even Killer Croc standing right there, she's no fear. It was a really cool character. But yeah, they get Amanda Waller and they get to the top of the building, and they're literally about to get on a helicopter, and they find it's been taken over by the Joker. He starts firing, and Quinn gets onto the helicopter and gets away with him. And just as getting away, she comes up to Deadshot and says, "If you kill her, I will guarantee your freedom with your kid." He goes, "Right, she's dead." And then he goes to do it, and he just can't, and he misses on purpose. And then later on they get to shoot the thing down. You think Joker dies. They do this kind of fake death thing where she falls out the back and he blows up with the helicopter. Straight away I was like, nah, I don't believe that at all. There's no way you're killing off the Joker, which we'll find out later on is absolute bollocks, because you don't kill the Joker like that. The bar scene as well. Once Rick Flag's told them everything, they all bugger off into the bar and they start drinking and talking and all this kind of stuff, and you get a bit more backstory with Diablo as well. And it was good. It was a really good moment where not a lot was going on, but these characters are being developed and all this kind of stuff, and you can see the humanity side of these characters, and it was really good. Then Rick Flag comes in, they sort their shit out, and then they go off to fight the Enchantress and her brother and all that kind of stuff. And it was a cool fight and everything, but it seemed a little bit, I don't know, it was really hard to place what it was, but it was really weird. It was really cool fights and everything. I can't deny it was a cool fight. It was a cool finale, up and down and everything. But it was just weird. I didn't really connect with these villains. They were just there to move the plot along, really. Diablo sacrificed himself. I love that, because he goes into this big fire monster and takes on that brother guy and just attacks him and pushes him into the corner so they can detonate and kill him. And he forces them to detonate it while he's there and sacrifices himself. And that was a cool way to go, I think, because I think you've got to kill some of these characters because you can't have them all coming back. So yeah, Diablo is a character to go. It was a cool one, and I ended up caring more for that character than I generally thought I would do. Once they've killed the brother and sorted out Enchantress and everything, and ended up getting the girl back as well, and Rick Flag, she's not dead and all this kind of stuff. It was really cool. They actually end up going back to jail. You've got Amanda Waller coming out, and she's still got the things where she can kill them with the chip and everything, and they end up going back to jail, and I'm quite surprised about that. I thought they'd just go, "Oh, I'm walking, I'm out of it, and I'm off." But no, they all go back to jail. They get a few more things. They get like TVs and cappuccino machines, and he gets visitation rights for his daughter, Deadshot, which was cool because I really thought it was a good idea that they did that. They kind of let him do that with his daughter. That was cool. And yeah, I just didn't expect that, and it's good because it means that these characters are still alive, but we don't necessarily need to use them in another film yet. We can use them at another time because they're in the prison ready to be used at any point. Except for one person, Harley Quinn. Yes, she gets out by the help of the Joker. Of course he's not dead. All these right people come in and everything. They take the door off her cell. She goes up and then the guy walks towards in the SWAT suit, and on the SWAT suit you can see Joker, takes off the mask, there he is, Joker, and they give each other a hug and he goes, let's go home, and that is the end of the film. And it was a cool way to do it because that kind of pushes towards the new solo Batman film, obviously going home to Gotham, and I'm looking forward to seeing those two, Batman and Joker, go at it. I think it's going to be epic. The end credit scene as well, or mid credit scene if you will, it was simple, it was easy, but we kind of knew this all happening anyway because we've seen trailers for Justice League already. Man of Water sits down, gives a top secret thing to Bruce Wayne, and he flicks through it and you can see Aquaman and the Flash and so on and so forth, and that's pretty much it. He's saying, leave your task force thing behind, let me and my friends deal with it. So yeah, I mean that was a cool little nugget to kind of push us forward to Justice League, but it's nothing that we didn't already know. Guys, overall, Suicide Squad was a good film. It wasn't absolutely amazing, but I think it was better than Batman vs Superman. I think it was a breath of fresh air to this universe, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from these characters, especially the Joker and Harley Quinn. You know, the editing was up and down here and there, the villain was a little bit and yeah, I can understand the mixed reviews here and there from all these other places, but overall, personally for me, I really enjoyed it, although it did have its problems, and I think it's fair to give it 3 stars. So that's what I thought of the Suicide Squad. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me on the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerd Bites anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. And of course, keep it nerdy.